Hey guys, coming at you with a little fishing stuff today. Um, Another one of my favorite hobbies in the world. So, um, let's go over what I like to use, what I don't like to use, stuff for beginners, pretty much how to get started. So, how to get started fishing really isn't that hard. My little line twist right here, which will happen a lot of the time, but it's really not that hard. People think, oh, I have to wait, so you really don't. If you do it the right way. So, the way I like to start out, this is my small largemouth bass and panfish rod. Right, yesterday I was fishing for largemouth bass, so I have it set up for largemouth bass. But here, I have a Quantum spinning reel. And Quantum is one of the better manufacturers or companies for reels in general. And so if you can get your hand on a Quantum reel, but they're pretty expensive depending on where you get them. So just know that, but it is a very good reel. They can last up to 15 or 20 years. Put them through whatever. They're very durable. Next, I have I also have a Quantum rod. As I said before, Quantum for the reels, but not so much for the rods. I mean, the rods are still good. Don't get me wrong, but they're not the best. But it came with packaged, so I took it anyway. It works. I've caught lots of fish on it. Now on this rod is a 6.5 foot medium action rod with a 8-pound test on it. Now what medium action means is the action is where it bends. So a light action is right up here at the top, right up there at the top. As you can see, it does not bend up there. In the middle, so if you take this and pull it down, obviously it's in the middle right there where it bends. And so this is what is this? I just forgot already. This is like a medium, light, and a heavy action would be it bends down here and you're putting all your rod backbone into that fish. So medium, putting a little bit of it, or like 50% of it, and light is just really trying to just move that bait really frequently, and you're using more of a reel to pull the fish in. So I've covered your rod and your reel. Now your line I'm using 8-pound test on this, as I've said. Anywhere to begin for beginners, anywhere from 6 to 10-pound test, you should be good. I have monofilament on this. There's 3 different types of line. There's a braid, monofilament, and fluorocarbon. I'll get into those in a different video, but I'm just telling you right now I have monofilament on here. And don't do a bright color, guys. I mean, come on. Some people say, well, neon yellow you can see better. Yeah, well, the fish can see it better. Just a quick fun fact: anything that you can see, fish can see 4 times better. So if you see 4 feet into the water, fish can see 16. If you see 12 feet out, fish can see 12 times 4, 48. 48 feet out. So just know that when you're picking lure color, line color, all that stuff. Even what you're wearing. If you're wearing, bright, white cowboy hats, they're going to see that much more than, a dark blue baseball cap. Guys, so just think about that. Next, you get down to your knot, which I know you guys can't see. You see really good eyes, maybe, but I bet you guys can see this. This is a clench knot I have on here. Very, very strong knot. Definitely not the strongest knot in the world, but, it works for largemouth bass and panfish. The strongest knot in the world, you guys were wondering, is the Palomar. Palomar is, to me, it's confusing to tie, but to other people, since they've done it so long, it's kind of second nature to them. So, just knots are practice. I'm still practicing with clench now. So, just practice whenever you possibly can. Then on here, I have a blood red. Make sure you get blood red, guys. It really, really helps. Most people say, color your hook doesn't matter. It does. I have a blood red G-Lock worm hook on here, which acts kind of like a circle hook. And for those guys out there that don't know what a circle hook is, or guys or girls, that don't know what a circle hook is, a circle hook is a hook that's kind of shaped like a circle. It's kind of like 3/4 of a circle. And what it does is when you set the hook, well, first of all, you don't actually set the hook. You more reel and pull to the side slightly. So what that does, the hook comes in and gets them in the side of the mouth, right here in the corner, rather than in the lip. Because in the lip, when you're pulling it out, it ruins their lip. They can't eat for a little while. Most time, they don't have a good survival rate with the circle hook, though. It comes to the side of their mouth. They can still eat. They act fine, and you still get good grip on. So circle hook, if you can, definitely the best way to go for panfish. I mean, it really doesn't matter. Definitely do light wire though. Don't go within your heavy worm hooks or whatever like I have on here. Don't do that. That should ruin that fish's mouth. You might as well just keep them. So then, my bait that I'm using, obviously, I love soft plastics, guys. Soft plastics is just one of my favorite things. It's my preference, but you know, it depends on the day. You know, if it's bright, clear water, you know, fish are on top. I'm not gonna fish where I'm on the bottom. You know, I'll fish, you know, spinning bait or buzz bait. So you know, just take that into account. Don't say that there's one bait that always works, because it's not always going to work. No. Do I have a preference to a bait? Yes, of course. Preference right here is my worm. But you know, I'll fish, you know, spinning baits, buzz baits, whatever it takes to catch fish. That's what fishing is. Whatever it takes. Doing whatever it takes to make stuff work. Now for my bait, I have a worm. This is a Gary Yamamoto 4-inch black with blue speck Yamasenko. Now this is the best worm I've ever fished. I'm not joking, and I definitely don't get paid to do this. So best worm I've ever fished. Gotta get yourself a pack of these. They're like pack of like 10 or 15 for like $5. It's crazy. You gotta get one, or a pack for obviously. Definitely get these. They catch. I've caught everything on these things. I've caught catfish, brim, bluegill, all that good stuff. Largemouth bass, obviously, smallmouths, catfish. I think I said catfish. Whatever. You know, it works. It really, really does. I'm not joking to you. I'm not joking with you. This stuff works. Next is your bait scent or bait additives. This is not necessary, but it definitely helps. So, with this, it's a bait scent or bait additive, whatever you'd like to call it. This is a Berkley Gulp Alive Nightcrawler Verde Terra, or Terre. I think that's in Spanish, so whatever. For any Spanish people out there, Verde Terra. This stuff works too, right? I was out yesterday fishing, and it was a really, really actually warm day. It was like 70 degrees, and it's like the middle of winter. Not the middle of winter, toward the end of winter, but it's March, guys. Okay, and beginning of March. So I brought this stuff along with me. You know, I bought it at Dick's for like $5. You know, I didn't really think it would work, but it does, guys. This stuff really, really makes a difference. I was out there, as I said yesterday. You know, it was a really warm day out there, so a lot of people were out there. My mistake for going out there. But a lot of people out there. There had to be at least 50 people out there, at least 10 people in our spot. We had to move people just to get in our spot. And so everybody else was using pretty much the same thing, you know, bottom baits, stuff like that. And all I did, I sprayed a little bit of this on. You know, don't go crazy with it. Don't use like the whole bottle or, you know, whatever. Don't go crazy. Spray a little bit on it. And you should be good. This stuff really, really makes a difference. Nobody else out there caught a fish. I caught two. Bait, hook, and this additive or scent, whatever you want to call it. It really helps. Also, another thing is with your going back to your knots. Always retie your knot. Always practice your knots so that when you're out in the lake, you can retie as fast as you possibly can. Do not go out there, catch a 5-pound fish, go off, hook another 5-pound fish, and it breaks off. You have no clue what happened. Guys, you have to retie. Now, if you go out there catching a little brim, sure, maybe you can get away with catching 3 or 4 brim without retying. I mean, they're not gonna fight too hard. But make sure you always retie after, you know, a decent sized fish. Always retie, and make sure that hook is strong. So take it, pull on it as hard as you possibly can. Make sure that it stays strong, doesn't break, obviously, stuff like that. Always retie. And what I like to do with this wacky worm That's what it's called. When you hook it right through the middle, well, it's not directly through the middle. There's a little gap where you can put your hook in. Right here where I have my hook hooked in. You put it right in there. It's called a wacky worm. There's also Texas rigging it, Carolina rigging it. There's a bunch of different rigs out there. Search them up on Google. On YouTube. You should be perfectly fine. So I like to wacky rig mine just because I think it has whenever it falls, these ends right here, they move up and down, almost kind of like a butterfly. I like to call it. And it really just gets the fish to go out and just nail it. Plus that the additive you need, or actually you don't need it, but it helps a lot, and you should have it. If you don't, it's like $5 at Dick's, or if you go to Bass Pro Shops or any of the stores, you should get it. Cabela's, another good one. So that definitely helps. But the way that bait moves is pretty awesome. And with this bait, you can't really fish it wrong. Except obviously if you swim it, that's probably the worst way to absolutely do it. But I know people that have caught fish that way too, so there's really no wrong way to fish that. In fact, I'll tell you that story later, but in a different video. And so, it really has a good. It looks very, very natural. It looks very, very nice, and it really gets the fish to hit. So the way you want to fish this is do not use your reel to fish it. Now, obviously, if slack your line, heck yeah, use your reel. But what you want to do is you want to have your rod like this in your. Also, the way to grip your reel is you can either take 2 fingers on each side or 3 fingers in your pinky. I like to do 2 fingers on each side, top and bottom meaning, and like this. And this is called a long butt rod. Because obviously it has this part right back here is called the butt of the rod, and obviously it's long. Short butt rod would probably end right about here, and so short butt, long butt. I like the long butts for this reason. So if I'm out there fishing, I can take this long butt right here and plant it under my shoulder like this. Some people like to go around their forearm like that, so they can fight it really hard. But that's if you have a really, really long butt. And so hold it right here with your grip right here. Always have your other hand on your reel. So what I'd like to do, instead of actually reeling it, because all it's going to bring it straight up and in. So all it's going to do is you're basically going to swim it, which I just told you not to do, even though there's no really wrong way to fish that. So what you want to do is you want to stand here. I hope you guys can see this. And just move it with your rod tip. Bounce up and down a couple of times, let it sit for 3 or 4 seconds. Bounce up and down a couple of times, let it sit for 3 or 4 seconds. Now don't jerk it out of the water, but that's gonna look. It's not gonna look right. It's not gonna be natural. Which you definitely want your bait to look natural. As I said before, make it right. Make it look right. Make it look normal, natural. Another thing to make it look natural. Never cast. So if the wind is blowing towards you, towards the camera. I'm not gonna cast towards you. I'm gonna go on the other side and cast into the wind, because the way it works is all those microorganisms get blown by the wind, and the small fish eat the microorganisms, and food chain, guys, come on. If you really don't know what food chain is, look it up on Google. You should be perfectly fine. Honestly, but kind of everyone knows what the food chain is. So the food chain happens there. So if a bass is swimming by and he sees a worm going this way, he's gonna do one of 2 things. One, be a stupid bass and go out and bite it, because he's just absolutely starving to death. Or 2, he's going to look at it and swim as fast as he can the other way. And that's also where your additive comes in, helps him feel like he's starving to death. So definitely use your additive, guys. You gotta get that stuff. It really, really helps. But so make sure you're casting into the wind. I know you guys don't want to have, you guys don't want to stand in the wind, but what you gotta do, stand comfortably, you catch more fish. My preference is catch more fish, but if you guys want to stand perfectly, whatever you want to do. So that's what I like to do. My preferences. Guys, go check out Nick the Informative Fisherman. All great tips, tricks, all that stuff. amazing to do, amazing to watch. Let's go out fishing, guys. Come on. So hope this really helped you and helped you have a better fishing day.